It is now
Hey,
time for
jeez.
week 2 of the
Jeez, I
fantasy
feel bad
show
for you.
Week
where
2. Let's
we
Come on, did you go on my
go.
LinkedIn
recap.
again?
Oh my god, alright, calm down.
No,
Calm down.
no, jeez. I'm watching the baseball
Shut
game.
up, pussy. Alright. First, we had a very entertaining week 1. We will go over the results of week 1 in a couple minutes. But first, of course, we need to talk about some of the waivers and the trades that have happened since
Listen,
the
we're
Monday
only
night
talking about
game is
one, and we
over.
know who it is.
Yeah. Well, first of all, looking at a couple trades that have been done, obviously. All right, so the huge trade that was done the other day, another three-way trade, as we had
Slut.
Pook acquiring Travis Kelce from Zombie and Nelson Aguilar from Zombie. And Pook got Kelsey Aguilar. Zombie gets Allen and Harris. Or Harris goes to Slaps, and Slaps ends up switching Herbert to Zombie for Tom Brady coming back. Very interesting three-way trade. Zombie gets his boy Herbert, so I'm sure he's happy. As a trade is just accepted live during the show. We will look at that in a second.
It was
Slaps gets
cheese.
Harris and Tom Brady, and he gives up Herbert. And Pook gets Travis Kelce. Big deal for all parties involved. I think it was a pretty fair deal. I do think Slaps might have been able to get a little more for Herbert since Zombie likes Herbert. But overall, he needs some players. He needed Harris. Tom Brady's a serviceable quarterback. And I think Zombie ends up with the good part of this deal, honestly. If you look at his team, including what he does with the following trade afterwards, so he gives up the best tight end in the league, but he gets a top 3 tight end back. He ends up getting Keenan Allen, which is very good. He ends up
Kittle might
getting
be
the
top
quarterback
3,
he
but he's still
wants.
way, way below Kelsey.
Okay, but he's upgrading at wide receiver and quarterback, and he's
Tom
slightly
Brady and Herbert are
downgrading.
about the same.
I would disagree with that, but anyways. So yeah, I think Zombie makes out in the trade. If he never would have got Kittle and had a plan to then get Kittle, then I could see a major downgrade from Kelsey, but he ended up making another deal to get them. But Tyler, so you obviously think Zombie gets the worst end of this trade. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, as I said, major downgrade at tight ends, no improvement at quarterback, and obviously there's the running back situation and the $100 man. I don't think I need to say much about that.
Okay.
It wasn't his plan A though, so I think he's got something to persuade me.
Okay, interesting. So then who do you think won the trade? Pook?
Who can slaps improve their team? Zombie did it. So.
Okay, interesting. Slaps, you were involved in the trade. Any comments from your standpoint?
I mean, I like Tom Brady. I had him last year, and I've messaged Pook about 6 different times for Damien Harris, and I got him in exchange for one quarterback. I feel like I've done really well out of the deal. So.
All right.
Yeah, I feel Slaps came out good in that.
Yeah, okay, so everyone's liking from Slap's standpoint. Pook, you get the best tight end in the league to help you this week. I'm sure you're pretty happy with the trade.
Yep.
Alrighty. And then looking at some waiver claims that went through this morning, there was a huge, some people would say, surprise. Others would say it was probably predictable. Zach getting his man, the guy he wanted.
Let's go.
Elijah Mitchell, the 49ers' new star running back that is just a star, going to be a star in the league for all of his fab budget, all $100. Zach now has 0 fab budget for the whole rest of the year. A move that I would not recommend, including because there's still other running backs on the 49ers team.
I was about to say, yeah, I mean, he's done
And you put
the star running back. The star running
Shut
back.
up! You're
The
acting
star.
like you put $20
I
on
mean,
him. You didn't
to
even
be
give a
fair
crap
to
about it.
Zach,
You put 99. You would have got him if you had $1 that you didn't.
Slaps. To be
You
fair
literally
to
threw it away like Le'Veon Bell.
to
It wasn't even on
Zach.
the team. You would have
All
had that
right,
guy.
calm down. To be fair, I don't think Slaps you should be talking considering you were willing to go all of your fab budget as well, which would have been $100.
Went all in.
That
Now they're
Le'Veon Bell,
talking.
that you do realize, Slaps, that Le'Veon Bell dollar is the difference between you having Mitchell over Zach, right?
I got Damien Harris, who is the star running back.
Okay, but you went and still put in $99 on Elijah Mitchell.
You're
So
absolutely
if
right,
you
Eric.
wouldn't have spent that dollar on Le'Veon Bell, you would have put $100 on Mitchell, and you would have got him over Zach because
Well,
you
yeah,
had
you're
you were
right.
down the ranking.
I know,
So
Don't
but
act like you're not disappointed because if you got
I'm
that
not
guy, if
disappointed.
you got him, you would have been up at 6 a.m. just like me, checking that waiver wire to see if you got the $100 man for all your crab money, and you would have been able to go back to
Yeah.
sleep after that. You've been
All
up
right,
at
so
6,
Zach,
checking your phone and been lit.
a lot of us here that didn't put all their money in on Mitchell are a little confused on why on earth after a week 1 where he gets 16 points, you would decide he's the one to go $100 on.
Listen,
Can you please explain? Because I need some
listen.
explanation.
David Mitchell is going to average at least 15 to 20 points.
Did you call him David
per
Mitchell?
David
Yeah,
Mitchell.
That's not even his
David
name.
Mitchell.
Do you even know his name on the guy you spent
The
all your money on?
$100 man is going to average 15 to 20 points.
David
per
Mitchell, ladies
game
and
for the
All right,
rest
gentlemen.
of the
15
season.
to 20 points.
I'm gonna defend Zach a little bit here. If there's somebody to go after with money,
It would be him.
this would be the guy to go
Of
after.
course, and plenty of
But
people
I
went
don't
after.
know.
Whoa, 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 whoa! You are totally correct, Cheese. Plenty of people went after him with money, as you
But-
saw. But all of your fab budget after week
Yeah,
1.
That's what it took to get him.
I
Because
know,
three other
but
people used
I
all their
Okay,
money.
but
disagree.
That's what
so
it
then
took.
you
With
let one of
all
those
three
idiots
people,
do that.
I think you only go
Fab's
about half of your
overrated.
budget because you don't just it's uncertain.
Okay, listen. There's a
But you
difference.
have
Hold on.
lot
There's
of
a
people here who
difference
have a bad
between
running
the
back situation.
price being right for a person and then overpaying just so everyone else can't get him. I mean, this to
Listen, do you
me
want to
is
be
an
an
overpay,
overpay.
average
though.
horse and finish 4th and 5th every race, or do you want to be a number 1?
And
risk
Tyler,
every
Zach
horse
did
and
overpay
finish
because he's
first?
not going to be worth
No, he
$100
didn't
by
overpay
the
because Zombie
Yes,
also bid at 100.
No,
so
he
paid
but
his-
he overpaid from
If
the
you would have bid 100 and the next bid would have been like 40, you would have overpaid, but he didn't overpay. 'Cause
He
There were
$100
no,
three
I'm
bid.
people
talking
that literally
about
bid
for his
99
value of the
$100.
player he overpaid. This guy is not
Yeah,
$100
Mr.
in
Numbers.
my opinion.
You,
He's not
you,
going to
you
give you
can't
the
say-
production
you
of
can't say
100.
that
Depends on how
right
you
now.
look
You
That's
have
my
to wait
opinion.
until
Well, you're right. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he goes out and scores 20 points a week and he was worth every penny, like Mike Davis was last year for you. You are right. We'll see. But
I'm
I
the
highly
king of
doubt it.
waiver wire. I know how to
Okay.
work it.
Okay. All right. We will see.
We're not going to be working it anymore.
That is true, Tyler. You're
I'm going
not
to
going to be
deals
working
and
it
low
anymore.
deals of $0
Uh-huh.
every week.
Okay. Anyways, real quickly before we get into the rerun, the trade that was just accepted mid-party, we have let's see here, Jalen Hurts and Russell Gage. Cheese just acquired Hurts before the show, is now turning around and trading Hurts to Pook for AJ Dillon and Tim Patrick.
AJ
Yeesh.
Dillon.
So basically, Pook gets his quarterback upgrade for Tim Patrick and AJ Dillon, and then he even gets Russell Gage, which
Russell Gage is
did
useless.
nothing. But I mean, the whole Falcons offense really didn't do anything. So I don't think after 1 week you could say Russell Gage is nothing. Yeah, I like this deal for Pook a lot more than Cheese. Obviously, Pook upgrades his quarterback, gets a dual threat quarterback, which is very good in fantasy. He had a great week 1, and now he has between
He's just got
Lawrence
a
and
cut for
Hurts.
quarterback.
Exactly.
Man.
Yeah, he gave up a dual threat
Whatever.
starting
I don't
quarterback
care. I have
for a
Patrick
cuff.
Mahomes.
Yeah,
I
but
have the luxury
once
to give him
again,
up.
Well,
what
you
is the
could have got
what is the
more.
point of improving someone's team like Pook's just to get a cuff?
Look, we have
Like,
to see even if
that
he's the real
makes-
deal.
Okay.
He played
well,
against the Falcons. They're absolutely atrocious.
Yeah, that is true. All right. Anyways, moving on to what happened in week 1. As we look here, we have, starting with my matchup versus Zach, I pull out the dub 147 to 118 in a rape, pretty much.
What?
Huge win by me to start 1-0. I'm very happy with how my team performed. Zach, well, 118 is a respectable score, but it's not good enough, as it wouldn't have been good enough to beat anyone else that won this week. So you kind of
That's
deserve
not
the loss
true.
there. That is true. Everyone
is
scored
true.
more points than you.
I misheard you.
Fuck you, Zach. Fuck you.
All right. Anyways,
I would have crapped on
some of the
Pook.
key highlights
like
were
I did in
Christian
BJ's.
McCaffrey went off for 27, had a great first week coming back from the injury. That was good to see.
That's the only reason you
CeeDee
won right
Lamb
there.
started me off good on Thursday night with 23
Fuck
big
you,
points.
Zach.
I started the right flex person as Devontae Smith had 19 over Claypool.
Fuck you, Zach.
On Zach's side, some disappointments. James Robinson, who he he is already shipped out after 1
Shit
week
his
when he
crap
had
butt
8
off.
points. Calvin
He's
Ridley,
gone.
who was looking like he was going to pop off after the first
Unlucky.
series,
The
only got
first
10
drive,
points. And it took
Jesus.
Adam Thielen's 30 points and
My
still
boy.
wasn't good enough as Zach's team falls. Zach, your comments after a
Tucker,
0-1
11
start.
points. Holy crap, I didn't even know it. I didn't even know Tucker had 11 points. Best kicker in the game.
Yeah, well, I
But
mean, my
yeah,
kicker
Thielen is
matched.
obviously the
Call
best
for it.
receiver, the best receiver on my team. McLaurin is going to have some boosted odds, though, with my boy Heineke and as a quarterback. And then Ridley just needs to step it up, as well as the whole Falcons offense, because they were trash as crap. So bad.
Could
And
you have benched
Robinson-
McCaffrey and still won?
No. Jeez, why?
Yes.
Jeez, this is my.
I would
this
have
is
won
my time
120
talk.
to
This is
118.
my time
No,
to talk.
fuck you. Fuck you, Zach.
You
can't
Talk
start
away.
an invalid lineup.
You got
So,
crap
yes,
on
as
both
Tyler
teams.
just said, you can't bench. I would have to bench McCaffrey for Darrell Williams, who got 0.4 points, and I still would have won. Yes. All right, Zach. Well, you even started the right running back after your horrible Gus Bus injury, but it still wasn't quite good enough. Good luck to you next week, Zach. Moving on to the next matchup, we had Pook versus Ernie, and the one that was the shit talk of the century by Ernie leading up to the matchup. Everybody was shitting on Pook's team, and then he pulls out a huge blowout victory, 130 to only 69 points for Ernie. Worst score of the week. It was a yikes from Ernie's standpoint. I feel for Ernie because I have some of those same players that he has in the other league, and I did just the same shit. Anyways, the huge disappointments for Ernie. Aaron Rodgers did not look like himself yesterday. Is he tanking? I don't know what the fuck that was, but he had 1 point. Zeke got him off to a horrible start with 6 on Thursday night. Jefferson was disappointing. Ayuk didn't even catch a single ball or have anything. Yeah, and Pitts kind of an underwhelming week 1 performance from the guy that everyone ranted and raved about as that whole Falcons offense was shut down. Meanwhile, Pook's team, he had a respectable over-round score. You know, everyone played pretty solid besides Gesicki. Everyone at least had 10 points, so pretty solid performance for Pook to start off 1-0. Pook, your comments after just absolutely destroying Ernie.
Ernie's a fucking pussy.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree.
Interesting. All right, there you have it.
No objections.
Yeah, nobody, I guess, is objecting with Ernie being a pussy. All right, moving on to the next matchup of the week. Another blowout victory. Tyler with the surprise blowing out Pussy 143 to 107. Oh, it was surprising.
Surprise according to who?
Yeah, it was a surprise according to Zach, which we'll show you here in a little bit when we show the predictions of last week. But anyways, yeah, so Pussy starts 0-1 after a rough 107 score. Ryan Tannehill really let him down with only 14 points. He looked horrible, and the whole Tennessee team got dicked. His wide receivers really let him down. Tyler Boyd, Allen Robinson, both under 10 points for both of them. Yikes. And yeah, his Packers defense got walloped by Jameis Winston. On Tyler's side, basically everyone performed. The quarterback that Pussy traded to him, that's always a yikes when you trade players to the opponent you're playing, goes off for 33 points. Ouch, that had to hurt. Chase Edmonds did good. Darrell Henderson, who everyone shit on, including myself, had a nice performance. 15, looked really good. Hopkins did his thing as well. So the Arizona guys went off, which we said needed to happen. It was either going to be boom or bust for Tyler, and it was definitely boom. Tyler, your comments after a great opening week for you.
Well, when you have a great offense as the Cardinals against a terrible fucking defense like the Titans, it's easy work. Okay. And obviously, me getting trade raped by Pusa, as everyone said, helped a lot. Kyler Murray was key.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Pusa benched Debo, which helped.
He did bench Debo, 30 points.
Tyler Boyd.
30 and Jamal Williams as well. Pussy had a lot of points on his bench. Jamal Williams, 25.
Jamal Williams was never going to start.
Debo, 31.
I'm the only one that told Tyler that Edmonds was going to get points and it wasn't going to be Connor.
When the fuck did Zombie join?
Okay. All right, Pussy, rough start for you again this year. You start 0-1, disappointing 107. Your comments?
No comment.
No comment at all. You're just going to take the rape, huh? No.
Wait, Pusa went from Murray to Josh Allen to Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, and he did not look good. If I'm Pussy, I'm a little bit concerned after that.
Yeah, but you got Derrick Henry from it.
Yeah, and Henry didn't look great either. But we'll see. Tennessee's offense should improve some. They're too talented not to improve some, but it was not a good opening display for them. Moving on to the next
Tyler,
matchup,
that's not even offer.
another pretty wide margin. There wasn't really any terribly close games this week. They were all kind of blowouts. Cheese getting a big win to start his season 1-0, 128 to Bills 103. This looked like it had a chance to be close, and then Bills wide receivers kind of shit the bed for him. Cheese had Patrick Mahomes get him a big 33 points. Unbelievable. The guy never slows down. Aaron Jones was a big disappointment as that Packers offense got raped, only got 4. But the rest of Cheese's team is pretty solid. Hawkinson, a huge 25 points in that giant offensive display. Mostert, though, got injured, only 2 points. That's a bit of a concern for Cheese as he's kind of made some trades to pivot from that. On Bill's side, Russell Wilson had a nice game, 27. Mixon had a really nice game, 25. But then everyone else was kind of just 10 points or less. Not good enough. You got to score at least 120 to have a chance to win, and Bill did not. He did not send me any comments, so I'm guessing he's just wanting to move on. Oh, wait, nope, he did. I just got a message. Let me see. He said, my only message, 55 greater than 100 and Rojo better than Melvin. So he didn't really say anything about last week. Geez, your comments after starting 1-0, big win for you to start the year.
All right, I'm very, I got the win when I feel like all my players can do much better than what they did. So that's positive signs here.
Okay. Well,
Aaron Jones is versus the Lions is going to pop off. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And then
all right. Well, let's not get too far
Carson,
into the future.
Diggs, and Moore got those points without touchdowns, and they're going to score touchdowns.
Okay.
So it can only go up. The only issue is obviously Mostert's done.
Yeah.
I obviously my bench I've completely overhauled.
Yeah.
I now have used my bench. If I had this bench, would have scored 92 points last week.
Okay.
Which is more than Ernie.
The guys that did
entire team.
Okay.
So we have Chark right now as the bench option, but I have actual options now.
All right. Well, that's good. I'm glad you're feeling confident and good
And-
about your team. Much better spot than
Yeah.
last year at this point. So good job. All right. Moving on to the next matchup, we had Hunter in a pretty big rape over Matt. Kind of a surprise. 157 for Hunter. Huge week for Hunter. Most points on the week to 120 for Matt. A little bit unlucky for Matt as he scores 120 but loses. But Hunter popped off. Dak Prescott 27 points. Huge. Naji Harris was about his only disappointment. Only got 6 points in that game. Miles Sanders had a nice game. Tyreek Hill did his thing, 37. Godwin had a good night on Thursday. And T. Higgins with 15 as well from his flex. That's solid. On Matt's side, Lamar had 18. Not terrific, not horrible. Gibson only with 11 was a little bit of disappointment. He had a great showing on Thursday night with Cooper with 38 huge points. But then Evans kind of offset it with only 5 on that same game. So a little bit of a disappointing for Matt as he still has Cam Newton on the bench, but he's going to have to do a little bit more masterclass coaching because he's going to need to do better than that.
Tyler offer sent.
Hunter did send me comments, believe it or not,
checking
tonight. And his comments were, GG's to my friend Matt. It was a very good game, but my Tyreek did Tyreek things and led my team to victory. I was glad with my team's performance, but most of all, I am very disappointed that my trade negotiations with my best friend Zach fell through. Oh no, you hate to hear that.
That was 2
Looking
weeks
forward
ago.
to next week. I'm excited to take on the reigning champ, and I believe I will win that week and progress to 2-0. So he's
Shut
already
up.
predicting the
No
win.
wonder Hunter sent in comments because he played his best friend.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
It's kind of like the United effect. They talk when they're winning and then don't talk when they lose. All right, moving on to the final matchup of the week. Another huge rape, as a lot of us kind of predicted. Zombie with a 154-95 win. Zombie's team popped off. Tom Brady did great. Travis Kelce did great, who he's now shipped away. Waddle had a good game, so he started the white wide receivers. Chase had a great first game as well. Overall, just everyone played very solid on Zombie's team. Zombie, your comments after taking care of slaps easily.
I mean, I felt I was gonna win because Craig started Saquon, who was hurt, and then fucking Coolio
Not much better
with
than
his
Ernie.
3 points getting already
Yeah.
blasted by his coach on why he was trash.
I mean, Slaps was already not feeling confident, if you remember last week, but then it all kind of was really cemented itself when Slaps had Antonio Brown, who got 23 points in his lineup, ready to start, and then moments before the game, Pook makes one comment about he should start Judy over Brown, and he instantly switches, and then Antonio Brown goes off for 23 points. So Slaps was already not feeling good, but then when you start the wrong guy, it even makes it worse. And
Well,
don't trust
Judy
your
could have been
instincts.
good if he did get hurt.
Yeah, he had a decent 13 before he got injured. Yeah, but I mean, still, Antonio Brown 23, you'll take that.
I mean, it wouldn't have helped.
It wouldn't have, no, but you are right about that.
I'm gonna have to
Slaps,
bench, Coolio.
comments, concerns, anything about the 0-1 start?
Well, put it this way, the big red button is about to be pushed.
Oh God! Didn't you say last week if you lost the first week you weren't going to press the button?
Yeah, it turns out I am pressing the big red button.
Okay,
So.
Jesus Christ! Are you doing it right now, or
Well,
can we move on? Okay, we're gonna move on.
Okay.
All right, so those are last week's matchups. As you all know, a lot of big scoring for the winners, a lot of low scoring for the losers. So there was the predictions from last week. So as we go to week 2, you can see it now, right? Zombie, hello.
Yeah.
All right. Looking first at the first matchup of the week. It's a big one. Me versus Pook. It's always tough to beat Pook. It's going to be even tougher now after the trades he has made this week. As when the line came out, I was about a 7.5 point favor, and then Pook went on the trading embargo of making a bunch of trades and improving his team, of course. So now Pook is projected for 125. I am projected for 121. Pook has Jalen Hurts, who he just acquired today against San Francisco. He had a very good first game. I expect him to do pretty good fantasy-wise in the second game. Alvin Kamara against the Panthers. DeAndre Swift against Green Bay. Deontay Johnson against the Raiders. Chenault against Denver, kind of a tough matchup. Kelsey against Baltimore. And then he's putting in Marquez Callaway as he shipped away Keenan Allen against Carolina. Callaway did not do much week 1, so we'll see if he has a bounce back in week 2. And the Saints defense against Carolina. So I need McCaffrey to pop off against that Saints defense. On my side, I have Stafford against the Colts, McCaffrey against those Saints, Clyde Edwards-Helaire against Baltimore, Metcalf against Tennessee, CeeDee Lamb against the Chargers, Higbee against the Colts, and Devontae Smith against the 49ers, and the Bills defense against Miami. I liked my chances a lot better before Pook started making these trades. But I am still going to pick myself, but I think it will be a very close matchup, as it always is with Pook. My team is going to have the similar performance as last week if we are going to get this dub. Let's see here. Zach, your comments on this matchup.
Now, I want to be very careful with what I say here, knowing that there's going to be a segment like the one we just had.
Okay.
So I'm going to...
If you don't make any bold predictions, you don't get into the segment, just to let you know.
I'm just going to come out and say it.
Okay.
There's no way Pook doesn't win this by at least 10.
Okay. By at least 10.
So Pook is winning by 10. He's getting the win.
Pook is winning by 10. Okay, nice. Let's see here. Cheese.
This is a tough one.
Not really.
Yeah, what do you mean not really? I'm not a fan of Pook's matchups for this week.
Look at all those check marks.
Okay.
My God.
As we seen last week, Zach, the check marks don't mean shit.
And McCaffrey scored 27 points without a touchdown.
Yes.
But CEH versus Baltimore could be bad. I'm just gonna stick with golfer.
Wow. Okay. All right. Interesting. Slaps.
I'm gonna go golfer.
Okay. Pussy.
I'm gonna go Pook, my friend.
Pook, your friend. No reason, just Pook, huh? All right. Tyler.
Bold prediction: golfer is gonna score the least amount of points this week.
Wow. Okay.
Oh,
all right.
After Pook took Zombie behind the woodshed for Kelsey, his team is now a lot better and will win by like 10 or so, 15, 20.
What?
Bold prediction: there's about to be a lot
wait,
of
wait,
this party during the show.
10 to 20 points win.
Pook's gonna win by 10. So you're saying Pook's only gonna score like 80 points? You said I'm gonna score the least amount.
Maybe that's 90. Maybe that's 100. That's
So
the least
Pook's
amount
not
of
scoring
weeks.
that much either. That's what it's going to
I
be
mean,
a low scoring affair.
The
Okay.
second lowest this week was like what? Slaps at 95.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
only Ernie who did terrible.
Gotcha.
Really
Gotcha.
terrible.
Okay. Okay. Zombie.
I got golfer winning because
Wow.
I don't know what Pook's doing. Is that how it goes? I have no faith in what Pook's doing. What is he thinking with these trades? How is his team gonna work out with all these holes he has? Am I doing it right?
Okay. Well, who do you actually think's going to win?
I do think he's gonna win.
Okay, interesting. All right, Pook, you made a lot of moves this week. Are they going to pay off for you? Oh,
All
Pook?
right,
Yeah, Pook.
there we go.
Pook here?
No, I had to double check the match.
You had to what?
You either believe in
I
yourself.
had to double check. Well,
No
both of the
shot.
predictions.
Okay. So are you
Golfer
winning or
does
what?
have a lot of check marks.
Okay, what does that
I'll win.
mean?
I'll win. I'll take the win.
Okay, I was gonna say you
You're
better
gonna, we're
frickin'
gonna,
take
we're
yourself.
gonna, you're gonna give me the win. Neither of us are gonna deserve a win, and you're gonna give it to me.
Oh, okay. So you're along the lines of Tyler. As we're gonna score low points this week, but you're gonna
Yeah.
pull it out. Okay, interesting. All right, moving on to the next one of the week. We have another pretty good matchup here between Ernie and Tyler.
Ooh.
Ernie 0-1, Tyler 1-0. So could send possibly Ernie to a 0-2 start, which I'm sure he would not be happy with. Tyler looking to start 2-0. Tyler right now projected for about a 5-point victory, 125 to 120. Tyler has Kyler Murray after that huge week last week against Minnesota. Another defense that is rough. What?
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know about what?
I don't know if he's
About
gonna have
Kyler
Kyler Murray.
Oh, so you're saying you might be trading for Kyler Murray. Wow. Well, you're probably giving up a lot then. Anyways, Darrell Henderson against the Colts. The newly acquired James Robinson against Denver. So a tough matchup to start his new team with. Hopkins against Minnesota. Robert Woods against the Colts. Darren Waller against Pittsburgh. Robbie Anderson against the Saints. And the Browns against that Houston team. On Ernie's side, he's got Aaron Rodgers after that horrible week one. Looked absolutely horrible. But he gets a much better defense against Detroit this time, so it should be easy for Rodgers this week. I expect him to fully bounce back. If he doesn't, then I will be really concerned. Elliott against the Chargers. Montgomery against Cincinnati. Jefferson against Arizona. Mike Williams makes an appearance in the lineup against Dallas after that big week. Kyle Pitts against that Tampa defense. So he has a rough week one and now faces a pretty good defense. Kareem Hunt against Houston should be decent, but he is not the quote unquote starter. So you never know with Hunt. And Washington against the Giants. I like Tyler's team better, assuming he doesn't trade Kyler Murray. I actually like Tyler picking up James Robinson. I don't like James Robinson this week, but I think James Robinson over the course of the next couple months could be back to a solid. They did not make an effort in that game to try to run a lot with Robinson. They tried to flashy show off the brand new #1 pick, and it didn't work as the Jags got absolutely wrecked. I expect Urban to go back to a heavy run approach, but I don't think this week will help with him Denver's. But I still think that's enough to overcome Ernie. I don't know about Hunt. There's a lot of question marks with Ernie's team. Don't know what you're going to get from Williams. Don't really know what you're going to get from Pitts. So I'm going to take Tyler in a fairly comfortable win this week. Zach?
Tyler, now would be the perfect time to drop the bomb. Okay. I know the trade has been sitting there.
I am
Go ahead.
DMing with a certain someone, your best friend, who is not in the party right now,
Mm.
about who he
Matthew.
prefers at quarterback, maybe. But it doesn't look like it's going anywhere. So
Why does Zach
Your
think Kyler Murray
trade
has
or
Josh
trade?
Allen? What?
Anyway,
Because he's overreacting after one.
the trade is on the table and it's been there for about 20 minutes now.
Okay. Well,
And
he's
I'm
not accepting
sure
it
how
yet.
far
So
over
what
there.
about the matchup? Is Tyler going to win against Ernie, your
This
good friend, or
matchup,
what?
my good friend Ernie, I feel so bad for you. I really
Oh.
do. Because that team is hot garbage and it started when you
Wow.
drafted Zeke. That guy is so bad. I've only been saying this for about 4 or 5 years now.
I mean, Ernie is a Cowboys fan. So
I know.
makes sense.
I
He
know
took
he
her.
is. It's
It makes
unfortunate. The
sense.
Eagles, Cowboys, Patriots fan.
I thought Ernie was a Bucks fan this year.
Who
Bucks
knows what
fan
Ernie is,
too.
to be honest.
The list doesn't stop, like
Yeah.
Matt said earlier. Or somebody said that.
Uh-huh.
Ant said that. I'm quoting Ant. The list doesn't stop.
All right. So your good
Anyway,
friend Tyler's winning then?
yeah, my good friend Tyler is winning by 69 points.
Wow. 69 points. All right.
What the fuck?
Cheese.
All right, I can't pick Ernie's team until I see them do something.
Fair.
Zeke will get the benefit of the doubt because Tampa's a hard run defense. Monty looked good though. Jefferson's gonna be better, but who is that? Mike Williams?
Yeah, he had a good game last week, and he faces
Against the
Dallas.
Yeah,
Cowboys.
we gotta see if he keeps that up.
Should.
Pitts didn't look great. So I can't actually pick him until his team shows me they can do something.
All
So we're
right.
gonna go with Tyler.
Another Tyler. Interesting. All right, Slaps.
Sorry, Tyler.
Tyler. All right. Pussy.
Tyler.
All right. Tyler. Taking yourself?
Well, I am, but I do think Ernie's team is actually pretty good. I don't know
Wow.
what the fuck happened to week 1.
Okay.
I'll be up by like 30 going into Monday night, and Rodgers will score like 20, 25. It'll be an actual Monday night sweat, unlike yours, and I'll win.
All right. All right. Interesting. Zombie.
Yeah, well, I don't think Ernie has the worst team in the league.
Okay.
I don't think he can win this week. I got Tyler.
Okay. All right, so there is Zombie's guarantee of the week already. The second matchup in. All right, interesting. All right, and Pook.
I actually think Ernie will win this week.
Wow.
I think that there's gonna be heavy regression for Woods, Robinson, and Anderson. Woods and Anderson had minimal targets and somehow managed to get a touchdown in each. Without that, they would have had like 2 points combined.
Okay.
I think Ernie's gonna have a great game from Jefferson, Mike Williams, and Kyle Pitts.
Interesting. Are you going to take back the Henderson talk, or are you still not a believer in him?
I'm more of a believer than I was week 1.
Oh, okay. Interesting. All right. So interesting. Pook taking Ernie, really the only one. Moving on to the next one. A battle of the 0-1s. Somebody's starting 0-2. Who is it going to be? Zach versus Bill in a close affair, 122 to 120. That is, of course, if maybe Zach selects a tie in this, and maybe neither of them start 0-2. I guess that's a possibility. Zach has Josh Allen against Miami, Chase Edmonds against Minnesota. Oh yeah, okay. Well, you might be trading away Josh Allen, the #1 quarterback of a great offense, because he got 17 points last week against a good Steelers defense. Talk about a overreaction after week 1, that would be. But anyways, Chase Edmonds, who he acquired now in his running back slot against Minnesota. The new $100 man, Elijah Mitchell, against the Eagles. We'll see what he does. Can he back up the $100 price tag? We will see. Terry McLaurin against the Giants had a kind of off week last week. Should rebound. Calvin Ridley against Tampa Bay. Tough matchup for Ridley after having a kind of rough week last week. We'll see what he does. Logan Thomas. That's the Tuesday or Thursday night game tomorrow, right? Washington and Giants. So Zach has quite a few players going tomorrow. So we'll see if he gets off to a good start. And then Thielen, after his huge performance last week against Arizona. Bengals against Chicago. Interesting. On Bill's side, Russell Wilson against Tennessee. That Tennessee defense looked god-awful last week. Russell Wilson should cook them up. Joe Mixon against the Bears. Josh Jacobs, newly acquired, although he is listed as questionable, against a tough Pittsburgh team. Devontae Adams against Detroit should be very good. I expect Adams to pop off. Jamar Chase, newly acquired, against the Bears after his great week 1. Jared Cook, now that he lost Kittle, traded him away, but he does have a favorable matchup against Dallas. Cortland Sutton against Jacksonville could be decent. And the Buccaneers defense against Atlanta could be a little better. I don't know. This one's going to be close, I think. I like some of the players on Zach's team, but I like some of the players on Bill's team. And then there's some players I don't like on each team. I think it's going to be the Jefferson show this week. I think Thielen's going to have a normal game.
Stop.
I think Mitchell's not going to do as much. So I am going to take Bill in a very tight affair. Cheese. Who are you taking in this?
All right, I'm gonna say I don't really like both these teams.
Whoa.
I'm gonna take Zach, I think, just because Jacobs seems to have everything going wrong with him,
Okay.
and Mixon always has one good week before injury, or he just sucks. But he does have Devontae. I think it's gonna be very close.
Okay.
It's gonna be, but I'm gonna take Zach.
All right. Slaps.
I'm gonna go with Zach.
Okay.
My friend.
Pussy hasn't joined back, right?
No.
Tyler.
I have Bill in a close one.
Wow. Going against your good friend
Jesus,
Zach, huh?
Tyler.
Wow. Okay. Zombie.
If Aaron Rodgers doesn't self-sabotage the Packers,
Yes.
I think Bill could win, but because I think he's intentionally trying to lose,
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna go with Zach.
Yeah, I was watching Aaron Rodgers play last week, and I was thinking the same thing. Is he out there throwing on purpose? Because I have not seen Rodgers play like that in, I think, forever. So that was horrible. So I was thinking the same thing. Is he on purposely sabotaging this team just so he can get out of there? All right, interesting. Pook.
I'm going with Zach.
Zach, wow. Okay. All right.
Unless Jacobs doesn't play and Drake gets to start, then I'm going with Bill.
Okay, he has Drake.
What
He has
if I
Drake
get
as well,
Kyler?
right?
Yeah.
That you get Kyler's going to add maybe a point or two. I mean, Josh Allen is a top quarterback. You're acting like Josh Allen's a scrub. All right, Zach. So you want Kyler Murray for some odd reason because you're going to have to give up a lot. So yeah. So what are you going to win this game? You're going to get Kyler Murray. Where do you want to start?
I could win this thing with Cam Newton as my starter.
Okay. Okay. Wow. I mean,
GG
he's a free
Bill.
agent.
I
so
won.
Okay. Wow.
No, he's not. Well,
Okay.
yeah,
Oh,
but he's
man,
on Matt's
someone-
team still.
Oh yeah, I meant free agent on no team in the NFL.
I
So
just
you
got
can
an
see.
anonymous DM asking if I want Hurts. Heck no, I don't want Hurts.
Lol. Okay, interesting.
Jesus.
Pussy,
Hello, I'm
welcome
here.
back. You want to make a prediction real quick on Zach and Bill? Just for
Can
some
I see the
insights.
screen?
Yeah, it's in the Discord. Just for some insight, Zach is supposedly getting Kyler Murray for some reason. I don't know if that
I will
sways your opinion
take-
at all, since he has Josh Allen.
I will take Bill.
Okay.
Oof.
Wow.
He's
Interesting.
still mad.
All
He's
right,
still
moving on
mad.
to the next matchup. We have Jack Pussy against Matt Thomas. Another battle of 0-1s. So somebody might be starting 0-2 in this. Let's see here. Pussy projected. Man, look at this. A 0.1 difference between these two people. I
Zach
think I
loved
know
to
where
see
Zach.
that.
I think I know where Zach's going in this matchup. But
Ooh.
anyways, Pussy has Ryan Tannehill after that bad week 1 against Seattle this week. Look for him to bounce back a little bit. Nick Chubb against Houston is a very good matchup for Chubb. Henry, hopefully a bounce back as well for Seattle. Robinson against Cincinnati. Cup against the Colts. Goddard against the 49ers. And Debo Samuel makes an appearance in the lineup after that monster week 1 against the Eagles. And he's got the Packers defense as well against Detroit. Should be pretty good. On Matt's side, he has Lamar Jackson against Kansas City. That's a big game. And Lamar has not had Kansas City's number over the past times they played. Austin Eckler against the Cowboys. Should be pretty good. Antonio Gibson against the Giants could also be pretty good as he's looking for bounce backs
He's
from his
hurt.
running backs. Yeah, well, he's not hurt according to ESPN. Mike Evans
Yeah,
against
look at all those check
Atlanta.
marks.
Cooper against the Chargers. Gronk after his huge week against Atlanta now, so he gets a soft defense. That's good for Gronk. And Corey Davis in his flex against the Patriots. Interesting. And the Patriots defense against the Jets. This one is, I think, as tight as ESPN predicts. I tend to agree. I think I'm going to take Pussy just because I think Tennessee will bounce back a little bit, and I think Henry will get off to a better start. I think Tannehill will do better, and I like Pussy's team slightly more, so I'm going to take Pussy, but in a very tight one. Zach, do we have a
Matt.
tie?
Nope. Matt.
No. Wow. Matt.
Easy win for Matt. Pussy's team is trash.
Easy. Trash.
I can't wait for this to be featured in
Yeah.
next week's video
Wow.
segment.
Trash.
Predictions Rewind.
Okay.
Fuck you,
alright.
bitch.
Okay.
Your
here
team
we
is
go.
trash. You're about to be 0-2.
Okay. Cheese.
It's Pusa in a landslide.
Pussy. Wow. Two
Matt has a
people.
lot of one-hit wonders on there.
Really? One hit
Mm.
wonders. Interesting. Slaps.
Matt.
Matt. Okay. It's
Oh.
pretty even so far. Let's see. Tyler.
I'm going with Matt.
Okay. Zombie.
Listen, I believe in Matt's team as much as Ashley Guggs was Pusa's sister in those DMs.
His cousin, you
Okay.
idiot.
Yeah, cousin, not sister, but I get what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, I got Pusa winning.
Wow. Okay. Pook.
I think Pusa will win. I think Cooper Kupp will do one of the following. He'll be a top 3 wide receiver, or he will outscore every wide receiver on Matt's team combined.
Whoa. Now that is a prediction. You love to hear that. All
What
right.
the fuck?
Pussy. Strong predictions there for you, as a lot of people have you taking it. Are you sending Matt to 0-2?
I first would like to comment on an issue that has
God.
transpired over
Okay.
2
Yeah.
weeks.
Go ahead.
Zach, you better watch out for that cat.
Whoa. We're threatening the cat.
Jeez.
Okay.
Pussy,
You keep
you're
this
like
shit
5
up.
feet-
You keep this shit up. That cat might not be there much longer.
That cat'll beat you up. You're like 5 feet tall. Cat'll eat you for breakfast.
Yeah, aren't you guys like the same size?
Wow. Okay,
Way
so
back.
now about your matchup. Are you gonna win or
My matchup.
yes against
my
Matt?
friend Matt.
So you don't start
fellow
0-2.
St. Louisan.
The matchup
Yes.
against him and Matt or him and the cat?
Yeah,
I will
I'm-
be picking
which one are you winning?
myself,
You'll be picking yourself. Okay,
and it will be close.
Pusa, we want a prediction from you. Where are you
it
going to
will
do
be
to Matt?
close.
Are you going to take him down to the shed?
Ooh,
I'm gonna
just
take
said
Matt
it's
down to the
close.
Like
shed.
slaps?
No,
Yes,
I'm gonna take Matt.
Are you going to take his
Nowhere.
girl that he had text the group?
Oh.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no.
All right.
No,
All right. Why
I'm
don't?
gonna.
I mean, you
gonna-
could
are
always
you
meet
gonna
up. You could always meet up with
Wait,
Matt
wait,
in
wait,
St.
wait.
Louis
Are you
and
gonna
watch
No,
the
yeah,
games
that's
together.
what I'm gonna
Alabama
do.
girl you win against Matt and try to win back?
My God.
Oh God!
really
All right,
shook
Pussy's
right
about to
now.
leave the
He's
party. We
froze.
gotta stop. We're roasting him too much. All right, moving on to the next matchup. We have Cheese and AFC Richmond 1-0 after that big win last week against Osei. Can you see? Is 0-1. Slaps based on Saquon's performance last week. You might want to think of a new team name. 126 to 119, so a pretty hefty 7-point lead for Cheese in this one. Cheese has Patrick Mahomes against Baltimore. Baltimore's defense looked a little susceptible last
Dog
Monday
shit.
night, so could be a good performance. Mahomes always seems to play well against Baltimore. Jones against Detroit, a huge bounce back is probably a prediction that's pretty fair going up against Detroit. Carson against Tennessee should be decent. Diggs against Miami could be decent as well. DJ Moore against the Saints. Hawkinson after his huge game gets Green Bay. Shark against Denver could be a little rough, and the
What the
Rams
fuck is
defense
that?
against the Colts. Interesting. On Slap Society has the newly acquired Tom Brady against Atlanta, so he gets a great matchup out of the gate. Saquon Barkley after that disappointing performance and hurt still against Washington. Tough defense, hate that matchup. Jonathan Taylor against the Rams also kind of be difficult, although the Rams did give up a lot more rushing yards this past opening week than I expected. Tyler Lockett against the Titans. Julio Jones against Seattle after that disappointing week 1 and his some coach taking shots at him, I guess. Mark Andrews also disappointing against Kansas City, so maybe a bounce back for him. And then newly acquired Damian Harris against those Jets. So the two guys that he did acquire in that trade, Harris and Tom Brady, both have great matchups. Could possibly be the difference in the game, maybe. I still am going to take Cheese just because I like his matchups a little better. I do not like his flex matchup, but I like everything else besides that. And I look for some of his players that did have disappointing games like Jones and maybe Diggs to do a little better. Moore to do a little better. So I'm going to take Cheese. I do think it will be pretty close, though. I think Slaps' team will have a bounce back week, as I like some of the matchups and some of the trades he did to get those matchups this week. But I'm still going to take Cheese in a close one. Zach?
Slaps has hit the panic button after
He
week
has.
1.
Mhm.
After this week, he's gonna have no button left to hit other than the suicide button.
Oh,
We're gonna have to
no.
give him the number
Oh,
because Cheese is gonna take him out back behind the shed, and that's gonna be that.
Not out back. Not out back. Oh, no. All right. Slaps. Or, sorry, no. Let's go with Pussy first.
Just because the bitch didn't pick me, I'm gonna take Cheese.
Okay. Wow.
Great
All
luck.
right. Great.
Flawless logic.
Great vendettas there. All right, Tyler.
I have Cheese winning by a bit. I think Slap's team is kind of underrated, but
Underrated. Okay. Interesting. So you're saying he shouldn't blow it all up or hit the suicide button.
he should make well level-headed and measured moves to improve his team.
And would you say those are with you right now? Or do you not have a trade with him right now going?
I have nothing.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Interesting. Zombie.
Just general advice.
I got Cheese winning by like 20.
20. Wow. So another blowout loss for Slaps you're predicting. Interesting. Pook?
If there is one person I wish I could play twice, it would be Slaps.
Wow. So are
think
you
he-
saying Slaps has the worst team in the league?
Without a doubt, currently.
Wow. All right.
Whoa.
Strong statements there from
you just
Pook.
made
All
him
right.
blow up a shred.
All right.
Okay.
Slaps, your response to that, and are you going to win this week?
I'm just here so I don't get fined, and no.
No, you're not going to win. So back-to-back weeks, you're not confident in your team, huh? Wow. This is not good, Slaps. Not good. You made some moves. Come on, cheer up. All right. So Cheese, everyone's kind of predicting you.
I don't want to.
Sometimes that's scary because you
I
could
know.
jinx. Maybe Slaps'
Right.
team pops off and
Well,
gets Slaps out of the depression.
it's gonna take
Well-
till Monday night, but the
Yeah?
Slaps will be taken to the shed.
Ooh, all right. So you are taking him to the shed.
I feel like the Green Bay is gonna be very annoyed
Okay. All right.
that they were terrible, and
Yes.
that game is gonna be like a 40 to 47 game or something. Monday night's gonna be crazy.
Okay.
I might even flex AJ Dillon just because of how terrible
Really?
Detroit is.
Okay.
What?
Wow. The newly acquired Cuff
Maybe
might start both running backs for Green Bay.
someone's got a
against
tour
them.
for Green Bay.
Wow. Okay.
This is
Yeah.
also
Maybe
a-
Devontae Adams, or have you heard of that guy?
As I said earlier, I won week 1 with like only 1 touchdown on my team.
Oh, we have a trade.
Oh God.
Regret.
Holy
Alright.
shit.
Let's
We have
fucking
a
go,
trade.
baby. Let's
Abstain.
fucking go,
Oh my
baby.
God.
Oh,
All right. So
another live
This is a
trade.
giant
here
ass
we
trade,
go.
Jesus
Let's
Christ.
see
Oh my
this
God,
live on.
this is
Dolphin, we're gonna have
That
to
is
we're gonna have to
terrible.
redo
Oh my
Green Bay
God.
versus Slaps.
All
All
We're
right.
gonna
right,
do
So
that whole matchup.
Slaps
Veto,
is.
Veto,
So
veto,
Slaps is.
veto.
Hold on. Let me read it.
Veto.
Slaps is trading Damian Harris, Tyler Lockett, Julio Jones, and Mark Andrews, all of them to Bill.
What are you doing?
And Bill
What are you
is trading
doing?
Jarek Cook, Joe Mixon, Jamar Chase, and Cortland Sutton. Ooh, I mean, you are getting Mixon, which might
Not
be an
that
upgrade over
crazy.
Harris. I mean, yeah, you're getting some wide receivers, but you're giving up.
That's not as
I
crazy as that
definitely
Canadian
like
accent.
the trade from Bill's standpoint a little bit more than Slaps's. I think the panic button has not only been pressed, but it's been pressed about 5,000 times.
All right, Golfer,
As we can hear.
let's vote on the
All
trade.
right,
so we
live
can redo our
vote.
matchup.
I'm gonna
He put a
vote.
roof
I'm gonna
on
vote.
the
Hold
shed.
on, one at a time. I'm gonna vote approve just because I don't think it's a
What?
veto-worthy trade, but I do think Bill is getting the better end. All right,
He's
Zach.
getting Tyler Lockett for court.
It's 1-0 to Zach.
Veto.
Okay, 1-1.
Jared
Cheese.
Mark
I'm
Andrews, are you
approving.
kidding me? Mark
Jared
Andrews
Cheese.
Cheese.
Slaps,
I'm approving.
what the fuck are you
Cheese.
doing?
Approved.
I'm
So
approved.
2-1. Slaps, you're
Slaps,
obviously
you
approving.
hear everybody telling you Bill's getting the better end of the deal. Why are you doing this? This is
Okay.
not helping you this week, and it's not helping you in the future.
Cancel. You
Okay,
gotta
we'll come back to Slaps. Pussy.
Cortland Sutton's garbage.
I veto.
All right,
Yeah, but
2-2. Tyler.
I am making up my mind still. It's bad
All
enough.
right, well, hurry up.
It is
Zombie.
bad. Hey, so
It's approve. It's not.
in
It's
years
not
past,
as. It's not
these
veto
approvals
worthy.
have gone on for like a day. So.
Okay, but we
Tell
haven't
me to
had
hurry
one
up.
go for a day the whole time. Let's not start this now.
This
It's
is
not that hard.
ridiculous.
You just either you veto it or you don't.
Oh, people typed in the group chat their votes.
I don't
Oh,
understand
nice.
that though.
So
don't
it's
understand
3-2 right now.
Who said
Again,
Uh,
I'm
Zach
getting
has
Joe
Zach
vetoed.
Mixon. I'm getting Joe Mixon.
Slaps
I
approved.
vetoed. I vetoed.
Zombies
Major
approved.
downgrade.
You
Matt
upset.
says that.
approved.
He's not even
Bill
watching.
approved.
Matt
It's
says
6
he
approves.
roofied.
It passes, golfer.
No, you need 7.
7. We need one more approve then.
Okay, why did you guys? We just voted. We're
Slaps,
just
you
making
need, you
this.
need to cancel this right now, and you need to think about it.
It's
Why?
currently-
Tyler Lockett
currently
had
six
5
to
targets.
two.
Tyler
Pook-
Lockett had
Pook
5
approved.
This is so.
Zombie
bad.
approved. That's 2. Slaps
Do you
approved
remember
is
Ty
3.
Lockett
I
beating
approved
Bill
is
approved.
twice last
4.
year?
I
You
approved.
approved is
Ty-
5.
Bill approved. Pook approved in the chat. Zombie approved.
Okay. Yep.
Mixon isn't like that good enough to make this
Pook,
type
that
of.
is, or what? Fucking
What?
slaps. That's fucking terrible.
Oh
That's
my
awful.
It has
That's
6
terrible.
approved,
Oh my-
so it's.
You know what?
That
I
is
think
fucking
Craig should
wow.
hit the suicide button right now, live on
Terrible.
the stream.
What?
That is
video.
fucking
We're not
terrible.
doing it
You're not
next
even
week.
getting a
Slaps,
good
that
tight
is
end
fucking
back. and
terrible.
giving up
We
crap.
will
Shame
be
on you.
able
Giving
to
up a
see.
top 5
Shame
tight
on
end.
We
you.
will be able to see what happens with this trade in the future because this was all on the live recording. So
my
yeah,
I'm
the
not
pan-
finished yet.
the
I'm
panic-
not
That's
finished. I'm not
You just-
finished.
that's
Shame
fucking
on
cap.
you.
Mark Andrews
Shame
is
on
not
you,
top
Slap.
5
Mark
tight end.
panic
Andrews,
button
look
has
what you
been
did. Look what
pressed.
you did, you old shithead. Look what
Okay,
you
the
fucking did.
panic button has
That
been
is
He's
so
at
pressed.
sad.
least top 6 or 7.
All right,
Jesus
and let's move
God.
on.
Hey,
All
I'm
right.
I put him. I
Waiver
put him.
wire
I,
worthy.
I, no,
Golfer, let me
honestly,
get
I
a
put him
couple
the
more
same
comments
tier
in.
as
I didn't get to finish
Jared
my
Cook.
comments.
Okay, go ahead.
What?
Did
All
anybody
right.
take slaps in this matchup against Cheese?
Yeah,
Jared
someone
Cook and
took
Andrews
it.
are
Who,
the same
whoever took
point.
slaps in this matchup against Cheese,
Jared
would you like to
Cook
change your
finished,
pick?
like 7th
Oh
last
my
year.
god.
Golfer,
all I'm gonna
I would like to
Okay,
say.
okay,
hold
calm
on,
down.
hold on.
Wait,
I
wait,
would
wait,
like
wait,
to
wait.
say
Hold
Cheese
on,
was
listen.
taking him out
Wait.
back to the shed.
Yes,
I'm going
you
to tell
sit
you right
down.
now, he's taking him straight to the freaking
All right,
grave.
all right, all I'm
Okay,
gonna
all
say
right.
is I
Cheese,
won-
go ahead
He's
and
taking him
finish.
to the
I
fucking
won
van.
last week with
Yes.
my players scoring a total of 1 touchdown.
Yes, we get it.
So they're gonna score touchdowns. I'm gonna win. It's gonna take till Monday night, but it's gonna be the biggest upset, the
Jesus.
biggest margin of the entire season.
Okay, all right. And Zombie, who are you? You took Cheese, right? And Pook took Cheese, I believe. So
Wait,
no,
which one?
whoever took anyone take slaps that wants to change their vote or their pick. Speak
No
now or
one took
forever
anyway.
hold your tongue. Okay. All right, slaps.
I wish someone took him.
Everyone has been
Like playing
roasting
Cheese.
you about this trade. Your comments about the trade.
I mean, I needed a running back, and I gave up Damien Harris for it. Tyler Lockett got 5
Do you-
targets, and that's going to change when it will change. DK Metcalf is that number 1 right
Yeah,
receiver
he's going to
in
get
the
10
team.
next
I
week.
think
You traded for
No,
Joe
no,
Mixon
he's
like
not.
he's a Derrick Henry or a Kamara.
I mean, he did have a good
Like
first
the price
week.
you put on
He
it.
had 25 points in the first week.
Yeah,
He is. He had
That's one
30
week.
carries. He's a fucking like.
He's a
He's the
he's a
only
s-
running back.
he's
Yeah,
not.
No,
He's
he's
definitely one
seriously
of the
good.
true. He's one of the true.
Alright,
best
here-
outside.
You've
All right, so we have the
totally-
Tyler numbers going against Pook and
you've
Zombie, who say
totally-
Mixon's
you've
good.
totally
This is
Mixon is
good.
trash.
You've totally
Okay.
misjudged how good
Mixon's
Mixon
really
is.
good, but he's overpaid. Like
Right,
Alright,
but
here-
I've not
here's
got.
Alright.
I've not got a running back.
Okay,
right
wait,
now,
wait, wait. So time out. That's a
Let me
fair. Wait,
explain.
hold on. Wait,
Let me
one
If
second.
you get
one
30
second.
carries,
That is a
you're
fair
out
thing what
arguing.
Tyler said. Tyler said Mixon is a good running back, but he overpaid. So by that logic, Tyler, how is this even thought of being a veto? Because if somebody got a good player but they overpaid, how is that a veto?
Because he's overpaying the person.
because you're
this week.
overpaying.
Okay, but trades aren't always
At a
going to
certain
be
le-
fair
at
for
a cer-
fair, equal for equal. Somebody
at a
sometimes
certain-
gets a better player or
At a certain
overpays.
level, when you overpay a certain amount, it has to be vetoed. Like
Okay,
there's
so
good players
he's
that you
way
Can-
overpaying, is what you're saying.
Can I
you could
please
trade Mike
explain
You'll
my-
get it
Evans
yours in a
for
sec.
Alvin Kamara. They're both good players, but that's an overpay.
Okay, all right. Slaps, go ahead.
So, obviously everyone knows I've got Saquon, and I'm struggling with him this week, right?
Yes,
so I give
that is
up
true.
Tyler Lockett, who got 5 targets, 5.
Mhm. Okay.
I then give up Julio Jones, who put up 5 points.
They were
okay.
winning the whole game.
It is only 1 week, though. You got to remember
Mark
that.
Andrews, who also only put up 5 points.
Okay.
Mark
and-
Andrews is the number number
And
one
then who
wide
was my last player I
receiver.
gave
The
up?
number
Who
one
was it?
receiver in
Hold
Baltimore.
on, you gave up
It was
Damien Harris.
Damien Harris, which
I mean,
I fully intended to use him to
okay.
try and get
To
a
be
top
fair,
10
I like the
running back.
trade better from Bill's standpoint. However, if Saquon does come back once he's healthy and does start beasting, you do have a very, 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 very good 1-2-3 punch at running back with Taylor, Mixon, and Barkley,
Correct.
and you could always end up trading them for wide receiver. I do think you're going to be hurting
Correct.
at wide receiver, but if Antonio Brown continues to do what he's done, that's a big boost for you
Well,
at wide receiver
if you update
with
if you
the
update
wide
the
receivers.
page, then you'll see what I've done.
Yeah, what's
Yeah, you're going to
updated?
have Antonio Brown and Jamar Chase in there. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That
So
makes
Your
sense.
team is
so when
trash.
but the reason I
But
picked
you're
up Cortland
relying on
Sutton,
those two guys after they're both unproven and they both had great first weeks, but they're both unproven. So I mean,
yeah,
it could go
you're
horribly
actually right.
wrong.
However,
Tom Brady threw the ball 50 times week 1. How
However-
many times do you think he's throwing it 50 times in the next few weeks?
However, you also have to
Jesus.
realize the reason I picked up Will Fuller, and then I brought in Cortland Sutton because Jerry Judy's
Yeah.
now injured for a
Makes
while, so
sense.
I've brought in Cortland Sutton.
Yep.
Smoke
For that
up
reason.
Gordon would be
Okay.
a better option
Listen,
than
as
Sutton.
long as you have the reason, which you just laid out, which to me
100%.
makes sense,
I'm
I'm not going to beat you too bad like some of these other people because
Alright,
it does
I'm
make
gonna-
sense why you did it.
I'm also going to
So,
defend Slaps a little bit here. I'm not a big Mark Andrews fan. I feel like he's either boom or bust.
all right.
Same with Tyler
We'll
Lockett.
see
It's
what
all boom or
happens.
bust.
Tight ends
You
are
could
tight
say
ends.
that thing about every
so.
tight end.
Well,
Besides,
Shut up.
All right,
Tyler-
moving on.
Tyler-
Moving on to the final matchup of the week. We have Hunter 1-0 after his huge scoring week last week against Zombie. I think this is potentially could be the best matchup of the week as both these teams put up the first and second most amount of points last week. Both are 1-0. It's going to be a grudge match. Right now, ESPN has it 129 to 119, so a slight advantage there for Hunter. Hunter has Dak Prescott against Zombies Chargers, so that should be a great game for them to watch. We'll see if Dak keeps popping off. Najee Harris against the Raiders. Pretty decent matchup for Harris. We'll see if he does better than his week 1. Sanders coming off a pretty solid game against the 49ers. Tyreek Hill after his beast game against Baltimore. Godwin against Atlanta could be very good. Noah Fant against Jacksonville. It's a good matchup. T. Higgins against the Bears. And the Broncos defense against that turnover heavy Jacksonville could be very good. On Zombie side, Herbert against Dallas. So they have the quarterback. So that game is a huge game for their matchup. Which quarterback will do better? Dalvin Cook against Arizona. Ronald Jones against Atlanta. Good matchup for Jones. The matter of if he's going to get the snaps. A.J. Brown against Seattle. Keenan Allen, who he acquired against Dallas, is also very good. So he could get the double points from the quarterback to the wide receiver. Kittle, who he acquired against the Eagles. And Jalen Waddle against the Bills in his flex. And Cardinals defense against Minnesota could be somewhat decent as well. This one I think is going to be high scoring. I think it's going to be close, but I actually am going to take Zombie because the fact that Herbert and Allen are going against Dallas, I think is a little bit better than Prescott going against the Chargers. Chargers are a little better on defense. I think his Ronald Jones, I don't know what he'll do. He may not do nothing, but I think Cook will step it up, make up the slack. Kittle, I think, will have a good game. I'm going to take Zombie, but in a close game. Zach,
Keep track of my ties. This is gonna
have
be
you
one
even
of
made one this week?
Nope, this is the first and only one.
Wow, only one tie this week after 0-2 last week. All right, so this is going to be a tie. Okay. Cheese.
I had Zombie before he kind of blew up his team.
Okay.
I don't like the moves he made. I'm picking Hunter.
Picking Hunter. Wow. Okay. Slaps.
Gonna go.
Shut up, Slabs.
Stop. Go ahead, Slaps.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Hunter as well.
All right. Pussy.
Hunter.
Hunter. Wow. Okay. Tyler.
even though the trade Zombie made his team a lot worse, he has god tier matchups this week, so he'll win.
Okay. Zombie.
I think I'll win, but it's gonna be close. I do think Hunter's got the second best team in the league.
Wow. Besides yours, huh?
Yeah, I do think
strong statement.
he drafted well.
Okay.
Even though
Interesting.
he's fucking AFK 24/7.
Okay. Well, he did send me comments tonight, so I'll read them in a sec. Pook.
Hunter.
Hunter. Wow. A lot of people picking Hunter. All right. Hunter said about the matchup, looking forward to next week. Excited to take on the reigning champion, and I believe I will win that week and progress to 2-0. So he is predicting himself to beat you, obviously. All right. It wraps up for the week 2. Should be a great start with Thursday night against the Giants versus Redskins. Cheese, any chance your Giants actually show up and look decent and win
Alright,
a football
here's what I'm
game?
gonna
Or
say. Here's what I'm gonna say. The Giants are terrible at drafting, and they drafted the wrong positions. So they're not
okay.
gonna win until they draft the right positions. They
Okay.
have no offensive line.
So they drafted the
Their
wrong quarterback
Their
too,
defense
or
is. Yeah, I mean, he's not the worst I've seen, but he can't win with what they're giving him.
I mean they
They're
did
gonna have two.
upgrade
Okay,
this
this year
offseason a little bit.
they're gonna have 2 top 10 picks. 'Cause they have the Bears pick, and the Bears hate
Okay.
Justin Fields.
Okay.
So they're gonna if they have a killer draft, they could be do something next year. I think this year is
okay.
to give a throwaway year.
A
I think
throwaway
si-
year after they
it's gonna be
acquired
really
Galladay,
bad.
huh?
It's gonna
Okay.
be bad unless
Didn't
Daniel
the
Jones.
Bears make the playoffs with
They
Mitch
did make the
Trubisky?
playoffs last year.
Yeah,
so-
but they're worse. So
well, at some point Fields will get in there. I mean, if they keep losing, like it's gonna happen.
I'm saying
at some
top
point.
10 pick. I'm not saying
Oh,
it's gonna be number
okay.
1 pick. I'm
So
saying
you
top
have
10.
no chance against the Redskins.
I'm
this week.
saying, for what I've seen last week, it's not looking good.
Okay.
You're
And
gonna get
Zach.
crapped on and get
Pretty,
shit
pretty
on.
yeah, pretty much.
Okay. All right. Interesting. All right. So we will see what happens. Good luck to everyone. Make sure you check your lineups for injuries. Good luck to everyone this week. And